What's up, friends of the internet? Hello. Is it super glitchy? Like, what is happening? Why does this happen to me? Let me try and fix the webcam. Hi, everyone. It's probably going to switch to my other webcam, so brace yourselves. Like, if I click here, this one, not great. We're going to try and fix it, so just bear with me. Okay, maybe now? Are we still moving in slow motion? Yes, we are. I don't know why this is happening. Hi, everyone. Hello, Harrison. Sarah's here. What's up? Wouldn't be a Danielle stream without technical difficulties, so we love to see it. I'm trying to see. I'm connected on my iPad, so I'm trying to see if it's glitchy there too. Yeah, it is. Okay, I don't know why this happens. Somebody help me. Maybe if I change batteries. It's funny because before I start streaming, it looks like it's working, and then once I go live, it's not working. So I love that for me. Yeah, check the cable connection. I don't know. I just changed. It was glitching. Like the camera kept flicking on and off, so I switched the port on my laptop. But maybe if I turn the entire cable around. Honestly, I bought this cable on Amazon, so maybe that's the issue. Maybe I need to invest in a higher quality connection. Oh, it's your birthday? My birthday was yesterday. I turned 21. Happy birthday. Are you doing anything exciting to celebrate? Oi. Oh my god. I'm like breaking everything. I almost spilled an entire glass of water. Okay. We love it. We're having a good time. I hope you enjoy the wrestling dogs that we have. Okay. We might have figured it out. No, it's still glitchy as fuck. Okay, I give up. My camera glitches when I use USB or anything other than Lightning. I always use this connection, though. That's why I don't understand why it's not working. Like, it's the same webcam and setup I always stream with. I could switch to a HDMI. Maybe we'll do that. Bear with me. Because it keeps freezing. And I can see it keeps switching off on my camera. So it's definitely something with the cable that I'm using. I wonder if I use... Anyway, thanks for coming on here, guys. I figured I was home alone and bored, so I would come hang out with my internet friends. And I don't really know what we're doing. So, okay, I have this iPhone cable, or iPad cable. So let's try and see if it's any better. Oh, that's the wrong one. I need the one that's like... I'm gonna lose it, guys. It's in the other room. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm back, don't worry. Okay, anyone watching the replay of this stream, just skip to like the 20-minute mark, because maybe that's when we'll figure out what's happening. Okay, I might have actually fixed it. It's not working. I give up. I give up. Okay, we'll just go to the shitty webcam quality for now. I'm streaming in eCam, so I don't know. Again, I use the same connection, same webcam, same streaming software every week, and for some reason, sometimes it works, other times it doesn't, so I don't understand. Had a birthday party at my aunt and grandma's apartment. Amazing! Love to hear it. Okay, one last ditch effort. I'm gonna grab the HDMI cable and we'll try that. In the meantime, hopefully the dogs are enough entertainment. Hopefully this dog doesn't launch herself off the bed. Okay, This is our last ditch effort to figure out how to get this to work. Where does this even connect to? It's been so long since I've used this. Okay. How long has it been? How many minutes are we at? 5 minutes, and I'm still trying to figure my shit out. Thanks for your patience. Does it look okay? So this webcam is 1080p, I think. My camera is 4K, so I prefer to use it, but Bubba gave up and he moved to the floor. Okay, last chance. Okay, if I unplug this. No, that doesn't work. Wait. It's definitely an issue with the connection because it keeps, like, now that I've switched cables, it's still flickering in and out. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, this is why I don't use this one. Now I remember. Now it's got, like, what is happening? This camera has a mind of its own. Hopefully there's no one with epilepsy watching because you're definitely going to have a seizure. No, it keeps like cycling in and out. Anyway, what's up everyone? How's everyone else's day going? I keep looking into the wrong camera. Let me know. Hopefully better than mine. No, in all honesty, it's been a good morning. I just figured all I've been doing is watching Vanderpump for the last 5 hours, so I figured it was time to come hang out on the internet and see what's up. I have some files I need to organize. We might do that. Thank you so much for the sub. Welcome to the channel. But yeah, we're just taking it easy. Nice little Saturday afternoon. Oh, now my computer's frozen. This is going really well. Met at best. Sorry to hear that. You know what? Sometimes we just don't have a day. Like me and my webcam right now. That's okay. We're trying our best. Okay. Can I fix this? Good. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. If you are watching, be sure to thumbs up the stream as it helps me in the algorithm. This is frustrating. I don't know why this isn't working and why. It's definitely something with the connection because even when I use the HDMI, it also doesn't work. So I don't know what the issue is. This camera isn't even that old. I only got it a year ago. Alas, I digress. You got it, Alexis. Technical difficulties day, every day, all day. But we're trying our best. Alas, we continue. I wish you could see my desk right now. There's just cables everywhere. So, this is what I've been up to lately, for anyone that cares. I have been, obviously, as you may or may not have been able to tell, not posting as regularly as I would like to. I would like to post 1 live video every Monday and then 2 recorded videos every week. And for pretty much all of 2024 so far, other than literally this week, I haven't been able to do that. So I've been trying to get back into the swing of like scripting content, making content plans, that kind of thing. So that's kind of what I'm going to try and work on today. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of update you guys on that. Yes. So this is, she's like glued to the window right now. She's now on this side. This is Bluetooth, little baby Bluetooth. She is a 4-month-old Welsh Pembroke Corgi, and she hails from Alberta, Canada. We just got her in December. So freaking cute. Here. Come here, sweetie. Hi, little girl. This is the little baby. she is pretty chill, super cute, as you can see. And I love her so much. The dog of my people. If you didn't know, my lineage is from Wales. Okay, I'm determined to figure out how to get this webcam to work. So, did I already switch the batteries out? Because I'm going to do that again. Also, messing with the memory card. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. I'm just like, if I'm going to spend literally over $1,000 on this camera, I want it to work. I bought it for this exact purpose. So, it's a little bit frustrating. Wales lineage 2, 16%. Have you done Ancestry, or what's the other one? 23andMe? I heard 23andMe is going out of business. Or they had to file for bankruptcy or something. I don't know. They're in the process of failing. Somebody who knows more than me can maybe chime in the comments. But I remember my partner saying something to me about that, to that effect, last week. I did mine through Ancestry. Maybe if I change the setting. To like auto, maybe that'll work. No. I give up. I keep saying I give up and then I keep trying. I'm not really sure what this means. So I'm operating on a MacBook Pro. I have 3 USB-C ports, and all I'm doing is switching the ports. I think it's something with the camera, because like, why is it moving in slow motion? Because when I look at the actual camera, it's fine. It's moving fine. Like if I look at the display on my Canon, it's moving fine. It's something with the connection. I need someone who understands technology to help me. Hello, Suzanne, and welcome. If you guys are watching this and you haven't checked out the video interview I did with Suzanne, what are you doing? Okay, and now I'm looking at the camera and it's glitching. So it's something with the connection from the camera to the computer. I give up. We're just hanging out. We're not actually doing anything. Today is just watch Danielle struggle with technology day. So if you were hoping for snark, you're in the wrong place. Yeah, I'm like, I think I keep saying I give up because I feel like I'm worried that you guys are going to get annoyed with me if I keep trying to fix it, but I'm also very determined to want to fix it. All I know about my ancestry is that my parents are from the Middle East. Love that. I am majority from northern England, Wales, Scotland, a little bit of France, a little bit of Ireland. That's pretty much it. So I'm about as white as they come. We can snark about technology. Yeah. Let me just say. So annoying. But see, now it looks like it might be working. Is it working? I think it's working. So maybe I just needed patience to let it load. This looks so much better. You can't tell me that this looks better than this. It's just so nice. To answer your question, no, I do not do YouTube full time. Maybe one day, but no, not right now. The majority of my income comes from like freelance UGC content creation. And then I also do like sponsored content, mostly on TikTok, a little bit on Instagram. And then YouTube is just like fun. Yes. This is a struggle. I see this a lot. A lot of creators wear those like blue light blocking glasses, which I've heard are just a waste of money. Don't actually do anything. But anyway, I digress. And they'll film videos with their ring light, and then it's just like on the glasses all the time. I'm like, you don't even need those glasses. Just take them off. But in your case, yeah, there must be a workaround for it because obviously there are creators out there that wear glasses, right? So maybe you just have to work on like the angle that you're using it on or something. I know even with like, I guess I can pivot this. I use these like box lights, or I don't know what you call them. Lights like this. And sometimes when I film, I try to film, from other angles in my office. These picture frames behind me, the like square will reflect off the frame, and it's really annoying. No, Eloise wears real glasses. I was complaining about other people that are not her. What are you chewing on, little girl? Once we have enough billionaires in our tier, you can retire early. My plan for YouTube is to dupe enough people into paying me $20 a month that I never have to work again. Just kidding. But no, I don't know. I kind of like, and I mean, I've been like this since if you're new here, hello. I quit my job in 2018 and opened a yoga studio. And even in that time, I was like a doer of many things. So I had my yoga studio. Obviously, I taught yoga. This was back when I was like dabbling in coaching as well. And then I also used to teach English online to children in China all at the same time. I've always been the type of person that like likes to have my hands in many different pots, likes to be doing many different things simultaneously. And so I don't really know if I would ever want to do only YouTube full time. Because I feel like for me, I get bored really easily. So if I was focusing all my time and energy on like just doing YouTube, I would probably get kind of bored. That's why I like the work I do now, because I can do my choice of content for YouTube. I have my TikTok, which I can also choose what kind of content I post there. And then when I'm doing client work, obviously I'm under the direction of like what they want for their brands. So it allows me to like have those kind of like different creative pots that I'm sticking my hands in. Bubba is like KO'd on the floor. Let me see if I can. He'll probably wake up if I move that. Maybe. Nope. I can't move it. He's so sensitive that if he hears a single noise, he will immediately awaken from his slumber. 1000%. So unfortunately I think it was 2021, in China specifically, they changed the laws so that children could no longer learn English from foreigners that were not located in China. So basically every online English company, like I'm trying to think of the other names. Like I worked for GoGo Kid, which is owned by ByteDance, who owns TikTok. But there were other ones too. Dada ABC. I forget. There was another one that was really huge. But anyway, I digress. At that time, I was making like $30 US almost an hour teaching English, and I didn't have to come up with the curriculum. Like I would literally just show up and teach whatever they had. So it was an awesome way to make extra money and supplement my income, and again have like interaction with people that was outside of my like yoga teaching. So I think you can still do it, like still teach online with obviously like other countries. Like I know Vietnam has one. Some of the Latin countries, they just don't pay as well. Like China was the highest paying, but definitely an interesting thing to look into if you are interested in like ways to make money online. Awesome. Hello, Johnny. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a great day as well. We're just hanging out, chit-chatting. She is really cute. She's having a good time. I'm kind of hoping she falls asleep, but we'll see. Whoops. Such a funny little girl. Hi, sweet baby. Hi. I just took her and Bubba for a walk, so should be nap time. Bubba's napping, but we'll see. Here we go. He's back. We're back, baby. I'm trying to like not get myself into the frame. Anyway, I digress. Okay, back to what was I even talking about? I've basically spent the last 20 minutes complaining about how my webcam's not working. So, sweet baby girl, you dropped your toy. Yeah. So I guess I'm just trying to figure out like what I'm going to do with my content going forward. I've obviously been like I mentioned before, a little bit chaotic energy here, trying to just like fly by the seat of my pants. When previously I feel like I've always had a good schedule and I've been able to like plan content. Oh my god, Ecamm wants to like relaunch. Not right now. Up until I would say probably like December when I did the 12 days of Coachmas, I had a pretty good schedule and like routine of planning out my content and being ahead of the curve. Whereas now I'm literally just going like week by week. Oh shit, what am I going to talk about? So kind of trying to navigate that right now, brainstorm some ideas and figure out what I'm doing. So I have some time. I'm taking some time off in basically like the entire month of April. So I also need to be cognizant of the fact that I'm going to need to plan my content out ahead of time in preparation for when I am not in the country. So lots of fun to be had. And I'm already getting stressed out thinking about that. So if anyone has suggestions on like topics you want me to cover, let me know. Yeah, the two of them get along really well. At first, like for the first 2 or 3 weeks, I would say Bubba was kind of like, WTF, who is this bitch? Now they're like best friends and they nap together and they play together every day and they're just besties. So, and they walk pretty well together on the leash, which is helpful as well. I don't know what a docking station is, so I'm going to guess no, I don't use one of those. Okay, interesting. So Harrison is saying, content idea, you realize you've been scammed. What do you do next? In terms of like what? I'm just like, I'm trying to think of my own journey of it taking me like 4 or 5 years to realize that I even got scammed. And at that point, it was like, what do? I make a YouTube video about it. So I'd be curious to hear, I guess, more thoughts on like, are you suggesting I do like a how to report to the FTC video or like what's up? Resources for people who got scammed, which if you're watching this live stream and you've been scammed, definitely check out the Life Coach Snark subreddit where I like to spend all of my free time. Expert interviews about scammers and coaches coaching coaches. So interviews with who? Like coaches or let me know. How not to be a scammer. You know what? This is actually something that I've been ideating is the idea of like making a video about like this is on the record. I don't believe that all coaching is bad. I think there is an opportunity for effective and productive mentorship relationships, coaching relationships. So I'm curious to hear whether or not it would be interesting for me to do a video where I specifically talk about the benefits of coaching and like how to find a good mentor. Because a lot of the times on like TikTok or Instagram, I'll get questions that say like, how do you figure out who's legit? So is that an area of interest for people? That's what I want to know. Okay, I have a docking station for my phone in my bedroom. It holds like my phone, my AirPods, and an Apple Watch, but I don't have an Apple Watch. But if I did, it could go on there as well. Okay, I have like this. I don't know if I'll be able to show. I gotta angle the camera. Like this. And that's where the like Bubba Cam and my microphone and everything are plugged into. But sorry, I don't know what the point of the first question was. When I move 2 cameras plus mic. Yeah. Like that's why I use it. But the issue is the camera is a USB-C and my laptop is already a USB-C. So it's easier to just connect that directly. But everything else is plugged into the USB thingy. Anyway. Okay, so more like how do you emotionally cope? What are your options with the coach? How do you move forward with your business? A lot of people are shook after and could use general direction. Very true. I think that there's an interesting conversation to be had around the idea of like, if you still want to stay in business, because I think what happens a lot is like people hire a coach, it goes south, then they just like decide this isn't for me and they go get a job or something. If you still want to stay in business, how do you do that even after you've been duped? That could be an interesting conversation too. Okay, interesting. I'll have to sit on this idea a little bit. Like, I don't know where to find those people. But if anyone has recommendations, send them my way. Exactly. Finding diamonds in the rough, how to spot a scammer, how to differentiate legit help from scammers. That's kind of what I was thinking is like, because I do a lot of videos where I talk about, you know, these are the red flags to look out for. But maybe doing a walkthrough of like, here's the questions to ask someone if you want to figure out if they're legit. Here's how you can like decipher that on your own. Because I get a lot of DMs of people like sending me accounts being like, what do you think about this person? What do you think about this person? And then that's where I'm like, red flag, red flag, red flag. But if you had sort of like a checklist, but it's a video form of me being like, these are the things to kind of look out for in terms of like what's effective versus the red flags, like the opposite of the red flags. Maybe that would be helpful. Alexis says, certified coaches in certain areas, interviews, and what do they think about the self-made coaches? Interesting. So probably something similar to the format that Suzanne and I did today. So if you missed the upload, I uploaded a video this morning is a conversation between Suzanne here in the chat and I, chatting about her experience as someone who is currently a coach, and her like negative experiences with the industry, how she's able to operate within ethical boundaries, that kind of thing. It would be interesting for me, I think, to speak to more people who are currently coaches, because I think that sometimes my content can be interpreted as like, I think the whole industry is bogus and every coach is an idiot, and that's not how I feel. So I would definitely be interested in speaking with more coaches who are currently active in the coaching industry. So if you're watching this and you are a coach, send me an email. Let's chat. Thanks for stopping by, Ben. Have a good afternoon. Yeah, exactly. Green flags. Green flags, baby. I think this could be an interesting topic too. The idea of like, okay, here's realistic expectations of what it's going to take to build a business, because so many times you see these like, I made so much money in 6 months. And you want to know how much money I made in my first 6 months in business? Like a couple $1,000s. Certainly not enough to pay all my bills. I had to get a part-time job while I was building my business because I didn't make enough money. It's like there's just too many people saying, I was on food stamps or I got fired, so I built this business, and they make it sound so easy when it's not that easy. I'm just going to write some of these down. Harrison is asking, are there other YouTubes you could collab with more? There's a good way to broaden reach, and you'll bounce well off people on camera with interviews or creators like DC. Yeah, so I'm actually wondering, and this is controversial for some people because I know there are a lot of people in the anti-MLM space who do not like him. But Always Marco is like a Canadian creator in the anti-MLM space, and him and I chat on Instagram sometimes. I think there would be an interesting collab there because he covers a lot of people like Ed Milet and of that nature, which are obviously of interest to me. So maybe I should connect with him. Actually, and this reminds me, so if anyone is on Instagram and you follow Eva at Why Don't You Say Something, she makes a lot of content like mocking the coaching industry basically and pointing out a lot of the same stuff I do. Her and I are going to be doing a joint live stream on next Monday. So the 26th, I think it is. So mark your calendars because that's going to be a fun one. Okay, cool. That would be really helpful if you could send me that. I would appreciate it. Cool. This is super helpful. Thank you, everyone. Exactly. In my first year, I made $5,800. And this is what I'm talking about. Why are we all making it sound like we're millionaires when we're not? And Suzanne, I was laughing. I came across a profile the other day of this woman who is saying she's made $500,000 since starting her business. And her and I started our businesses around the same time. So that's 2018. So 6 years ago now. And I'm not scoffing that $500,000 isn't a lot of money, but she advertises herself as I've made $500,000 when in certain places she'll say I've made $500,000 since I started my business, which means cumulatively over the course of 6 years, she's made $500,000, which again, not scoffing. That's not a small amount of money. But if we're advertising ourselves as a $500,000 business, it kind of gives the impression that you're talking about annually, and that's definitely not the case. So I think another video on like misleading marketing could be interesting too, and like the loopholes that people tend to use. I also have I did a questionnaire a few weeks ago with people who have directly worked in the coaching industry, sharing their experiences of like what it was like to work for a coach. And so I have a video idea kind of coming out around that data that I collected. Yeah, personally, I think he's funny. I think he's also quite intelligent and makes some really good points. So I think that him and I could have good rapport back and forth. No, so Eva and I will be going live here on YouTube. She's going to come on to my Monday night stream next Monday. We'll do like a little two-person reaction party. We're going to blind react to a bunch of content. Yeah, exactly. And I know he's at times made a few jokes about like American politics, which I guess were offensive to some people in the US. I don't really get it because I'm not American. So I personally don't have any beef with him. But I know for some people it can be a little bit of a sensitive area. Yeah, top line income versus profit would be interesting. Cool. This is super helpful. Thank you, everyone. I also did a video, one of my original scam videos that never really performed very well was about the specific niche of coaching in relation to UGC. So like I was mentioning at the beginning of the video, a large portion of my income comes from creating user-generated content as like a freelance creator for brands. And I see a lot of these like UGC coaches popping up where they charge you whatever, $50 for their online course that's going to teach you how to make money being a UGC creator. And I just think that the majority of these people are making the money through selling these $50 courses versus actually making the money through creating UGC. And so I'm thinking about recreating that video just because, again, I created it back when I had like 400 followers. So it never really got like the traction that I think it deserves. So basically taking that script, rewriting it, adding a little bit of new information to it, and basically just like recreating that video. That's probably going to be one of my like, I don't know what my brain just stopped working. It's probably going to be one of the ones that I release sooner rather than later. Because it's kind of like lower lift for me. I just got to revamp that script. But I think that I can offer more of a personal perspective now that I've been doing that for consistently for almost 2 years now. Signs to look for when you're being recruited into someone's downline. Yeah, or like signs you're being manipulated. Because I think a lot of times people don't realize. I actually had someone this morning comment on a YouTube video here, my one about Amy Porterfield, asking like, oh, I was actually planning on buying this program to fix my courses. Like, what do you think? And it's like, am I being taken advantage of? And I'm like, ooh, see, a lot of the times we fall for these things and we don't really realize that we're being duped. Hello, Claire. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Exactly. I feel like Rob Ford and Donald Trump are related. UGC is user-generated content. So basically brands will pay me money to film. Mostly I do like TikTok style short form videos that they can then use on their platforms. So it's like I am like the in-house marketing team, but they hire me as a freelancer. So the term comes from like early Instagram 2013 era, where I would like take my phone and take a photo and like tag Lululemon being like, oh my God, I love these leggings. And then they would ask like, can I repost this to my account? So I'm the user and I'm generating the content for them. Now what brands are doing is paying people to create that style of content without it actually like really being user generated. Instead, I'm just like a freelance marketer. But so I make money, thousands of dollars a year, from brands that pay me to make content for their social media channels. Basically what these people are doing now. So last year I made over 50% of my income doing that. I would make a course being like, if you want to make $8 million a month creating UGC, here are the 10 steps to get started. And then they sell this course. Like one girl that I follow has made over $1 million selling a $50 course on how to become a UGC creator. And it's just like, you're not even making money from UGC anymore. You're making money from the concept of UGC. So yeah. So I'm thinking that could be a good video. Also just, where did I write this down? I had an idea for like a series. Just pulling it up on my iPad. So other ideas I had is like common different social media scams. So UGC would be one. Talking about different like influencer, how to become an influencer coaches. That would be like another example of a social media scam. Those kind of things. So different things that we see people monetizing on social media that are just like questionable at best. I think could be like an ongoing series of like social media scam of the week or the month, probably more realistically. Okay, Holly says video on common copy tactics. Okay, interesting. So that would fall into like misleading marketing, right? Misleading copy tactics, like strategies people use in their copy to get you to buy. Is that the idea? Yeah, things that aren't actually normal. I love this one. Okay, my pen just died. I need to grab a new one. Yeah, things that are normalized but aren't actually normal. I love that. Thank you. That's a good one. Awesome. Love this. Suzanne is here in the chat right now. Suzanne, Steven says, your video today with that coach was bloody awesome. This is Suzanne right here. Suzanne says, we don't realize we're being duped because they're so enticing with their promises. I will get to know you and your biz, when really it's just a pre-recorded video and a Facebook group. Or one interview I did recently, she spoke to me about how they were told they get like one-on-one time with the coach, and instead it was a Facebook live stream, and there was so many people in the live stream. I think, Suzanne, you had a similar story to this as well. There were so many people in the live stream that the coach couldn't even keep up with the chat. So like the chances of your question getting answered were slim to none. Yes. Okay. This could be, see, if we're talking social media scams, we got UGC, we've got how to become an influencer, how to become an author, book coaches who sell individual chapters. Oh, thank you so much, Chris. Welcome to the channel. Who sell individual chapters, guaranteeing you'll be an Amazon bestseller in an obscure category no one reads. I posted a thread yesterday that I wasn't trying to be offensive. I was sometimes I feel like I do this a lot. I say something without really thinking about how it might be perceived. And so I genuinely asked a question, and I think some people got a little bit offended, but I was just saying, if everyone claims to host a top podcast, who is at the bottom? I genuinely want to know who is at the bottom. If we all have a top podcast, we're all in the top 1%. Where are the bottom 99%? And people are replying like, well, no one would advertise themselves as a bottom 99%. And I'm like, obviously not. But also you shouldn't be lying and saying you're the top podcast when you're not. And so someone brought up the point that there's a lot of obscure podcast categories. And so someone might be like the top podcast. One of the comments gave me the top, I don't even remember, some like niche business in specific city. So it'd be like, I'm the top foot doctor podcast in Vancouver. Well, like obviously, because I'm probably the only one with a podcast about that. So very, very interesting to think about that. But it's very similar to the Amazon bestseller situation because there's so many obscure categories that you could be like ranking in. Doesn't matter, Holly. All you got to do is start saying, I made $1 million self-employed. We leave the time that it took us to do that out of the picture. Okay, this is interesting. This would probably take quite some time, but I like it. How the coaching industry evolved. Yeah, like where it got started. And like how social media completely morphed it into this dumpster fire that it is today. Okay, cool. That's super helpful. Thank you, Holly. Yeah, Suzanne is here live in the chat. You only need 29 downloads per week to make a top 50%. Okay, and that's what somebody brought up to me. So I actually used to host a podcast for 5 years, from like 2017 until 2021. I hosted a podcast, and I would get anywhere from like 300 to 500 downloads an episode. And so I guess I also host a top 1% or top whatever percent podcast because it has lifetime downloads of over 50,000. I have a top 3% podcast and I don't get that many downloads. Yeah, like I think probably because there's so many people that start a podcast and then abandon it after like 5 episodes that it skews the data. Yeah, the bottom 9% are in the river of misery with us. Love it. I live in the river of misery, if you guys didn't know. Okay, interesting. So this comment says, I think you could even make a category like user generated tags. Yeah, like I think on Amazon you definitely can. Like I could be like the Canadian coaching scam category. And then I write a book and I'm like, #1 best-selling Amazon author. And I've sold 1 copy of my book about coaching scams, but I'm Canadian and it's the only one in the category. Yes, this is a good one too. How I'll add that to the social media scam list. Using AI to get rich. Definitely opportunities to use AI to like increase efficiency in your business, but technologies are getting smart. I know here on YouTube, they are basically banning anyone that's using AI to create their content can't get monetized. And further to that, it's like it's not as easy as they make it sound of like, oh, just use these 3 tools and you'll make $1 million. Like, no, people aren't stupid. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to be the #1 best-selling Amazon author in the internet troll who has no life category. Stay tuned. Mark my words. I'm manifesting it right now. And you better not write a book in that category because it's mine. Ay, Dios mío. These little babies are so sleepy behind me. Me too, guys. Me too. Okay, gonna pull up. I still have a draft of a video that I started working on in like September of last year about Tony Robbins, and I just completely abandoned the idea, mostly because I don't want to get sued. Other idea I have here is that high ticket coaching is a trap. And the only note that I wrote in this to myself was to discuss the flaws with high ticket coaching. Mainly the idea that like people charge more than a surgeon for things that they're not really qualified to do, but they're told that they're qualified to charge that much. Oh, I could do a whole conversation on that. And then also another like continued conversation about this idea that like you constantly need to be investing in that next level to reach the next level in business. Reading hate messages. I don't actually get that many. And I've talked to my partner about this because I know like Chelsea, CC Suarez does videos like that. And he basically was like, I don't really think that's a good idea because by making videos like that, all you're really doing is encouraging like more people to leave rude comments, which like for your mental health is probably not the best. But yeah, in general, I don't get a lot of like hateful messages. I get people that disagree with what I have to say. In fact, yesterday I got a comment on my video about Brooke Castillo, basically saying that I have no idea what I'm talking about and how this woman is like, her program is absolutely worth the price tag, and I've convinced all of my friends to sign up for it, and I'm just like, have you even looked at Reddit lately? Because there are so many people that have had a complete opposite experience as you. Anyway, I didn't bother replying. I mostly don't reply to these people because it's not worth my time. I'm not here to convince anyone. I'm just here to share my own opinions, okay? Okay, Holly says, I'm interested in this thing I saw on social media about becoming a court transcript proofreader, but the ladies' course is $1,500 and I don't want to spend that. So annoying. It's the same with, there's people going viral on TikTok right now saying that you can make a bunch of money leaving video Amazon reviews, but you have to buy their course in order to learn how to make money doing it. So I'm like, are you really making money leaving video reviews on Amazon? Or are you making money selling people on your course about leaving video reviews on Amazon? That's what I want to know. Another idea, primers on how people manufacture their success. False testimonials, fake comments they coach replies to, and false income claim statements. Yeah. That's a good one. I did a video on manufactured credibility when I did my like MLMs, cults, and coaching series. But all of that content from like that period of time on my channel, I feel like it's like a different version of myself. So it'd be interesting to revisit some of these topics. And I recently saw, I can't remember if it was on Threads. It must have been on Threads. I've been spending a lot of time there. Someone was saying they're in a Facebook group where coaches were sharing testimonials with each other that they could then use on their sales pages. So it's like, Harrison, you write me a review and then I'll write you one, even if we've never taken each other's programs. And then that way we can use them on our websites. Like, very, very icky. And then also one topic that was coming up a lot on Threads the other day was like people doing question boxes and then asking their own questions, and how you can always tell when someone answers their own question box. So I do the question feature. I use it maybe like once a month. I'll do like an Ask Me Anything for my audience. But first of all, I don't answer the questions myself or ask myself questions. But it's funny when people do it for like an offer that they're working on. So let's say I want to promote my online course and I'm like, oh, ask me anything, any questions you have about the Canadian Business Builder. When someone asks the question like, well, who is this for? Like, is your audience actually asking you that? No, you're asking yourself that question so that you can create this, like, just create an Instagram story that says who the course is for. Why do you got to fake that someone's asking you the questions? It's so icky to me. Yeah, someone sent me a piece of his contact to react to, I think somewhere. I have it. Oh my God. I have so many files all over my computer. It's a little bit, my brain feels like it's melting sometimes. I saw a coach offer a money back guarantee for $10,000 high ticket coaching. She bragged about making $100K and then it went down to $80K. Then she stopped talking about it. Everyone wanted a refund. Yeah, exactly. The commenter is still brainwashed. Yeah, it was actually wild to me though, because I've gotten a few comments on that video specifically, because Brooke tends to have like very devout followers. Basically saying, I'm wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never participated in any of the life coach school stuff. So that's a valid criticism that people leave me. But it's interesting to see like how hard they go to bat for her. And I'm like, this woman does not know you. She would not care if you fell off the face of the earth. She wouldn't, quite frankly. So like, why are you so diehard for her? Yeah, that's an interesting one too. Money back guarantees. I'm running out of space on this list here. And like the loopholes you have to jump through. I remember one time, this was years ago, I was going to buy an online course and it had like a money back guarantee. But you had to prove that you had completed every single module, and the course was like a drip course. So it came out over the course of 6 months. So you had to actively participate in the program for 6 months to then get a refund and prove that you did all of the work. And I was like, no, that's a red flag to me. So I didn't end up buying it. Yeah, I think these would be 2 separate videos. So one on like what ethical or effective coaching looks like, and then another video that talks about the differences between coaching and therapy. Because I had an interesting comment on a live that I did recently where this person watches a lot of my content. They participate in my live streams, that kind of thing. So I'm not going to out them or anything. And I appreciate the feedback, but they were basically saying how they thought it was interesting that this coach was saying how like, oh, we can go deeper. And my response is always like, you shouldn't be going deep with any of your coaches because these coaches aren't properly trained. And so the person's comment was to the effect of like, Danielle, I know you're going to say they should go to therapy, but I don't agree with that. Like, therapy isn't for everyone. Da 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 da. Okay, and I get that, and I know that people have negative experiences in therapy. We all like see the world through our own lenses. I've been fortunate to only have, I've had shitty therapists, but I've never been like traumatized in therapy. I just, stopped working with that therapist and found one that was a better fit for me. And so I get that, but again, I stand on the hill that you should not be going to a coach if you have deeply traumatic like experiences in the past that need to be dealt with, because no coach that I've ever seen, no coaching program adequately trains people to be able to deal with mental health in that capacity. So I think it would be an interesting conversation to be had, again, just from my lens, my perspective, of the differences between coaching and therapy, what the boundaries are for a healthy coaching relationship. And I think that could be a conversation I could have with Tom from Reaction Therapy if he's interested. And maybe even Suzanne, I'll pick your brain a little bit because you obviously seem to understand boundaries quite well. I have 2 videos on master resale rights. I'll pull up the links right now. So I have covered this on my channel. Give me 1 second. And then I got blocked by one of the women who I've been using for content. Okay, so here's the original video on master resale rights. And in that video, I explain, what it is, what the difference between master resale rights and PLR is. I give some examples of content of people who are selling master resale rights, that kind of thing. And then I did a part 2. I don't know if it was during... When was that? Oh, right here. So the interesting thing with this woman in particular who blocked me, and the only reason I was like kind of picking on her is because someone else kept sending me her content. So I don't know who this woman is, but she's one of the people that had success selling the master resale rights stuff. So anyways, she recently posted how she's no longer going to be talking about how much money she's making. So in the 2 videos that I posted in the chat, this particular woman is notorious for being like, I made $12,000 in 2 hours while I was breastfeeding my son. Or, my husband was able to quit his job because I make $100,000 a month. She recently posted, maybe within the last month or so, I'm going to stop posting my income because it feels like out of integrity for me. No, I'm going to guess she's not posting her income anymore because people are catching on to the fact that MRR is a scam and no one's buying into it the way they were 6 months ago when you were having all this great success. It's the same with MLM. You have success in MLM, you make all this money. When people start to realize that MLM is a scam, they stop buying into it. You stop making as much money. Now you can't use how much money you're making as a marketing tactic. That's what I think is going on here, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Harrison had access to this, or there was something you were willing to get access to it. Hustlers University, I think it's called. We chatted about this a while ago, I remember, but it kind of just like got lost in the sea of ideas. 100%. Eloise is right. MRR is a Ponzi scheme. How long have you had that mic? This one? About 2 years. I got it when I moved, so 2022. But in a lot of my content lately, I've been using these, which are the Rode Wireless Me. So they're cheaper than the Wireless Go mics, but you don't have as many capabilities to like adjust the sound quality. But I don't know how to do any of that anyway. So through my research, I discovered that for most content creators, these will be sufficient. And so far, I really like them because I can connect them to my camera, or I can connect them to my phone using this little USB. So absolutely recommend these as like a more affordable microphone. But this one's obviously great. I just use the USB connection, but eventually I would like to learn more about sound quality and upgrade my setup. But that's a task for another year. Exactly. Therapy might not be for everyone, but enmeshing in a trauma bond with an untrained, unethical coach is good for nobody. Rapport building, we'll call it. Awesome. Okay. You and I will connect on that eventually when I get through this list. Oh my God. That's actually insane. So this comment says, agreed. My husband went to get therapy and it turns out the person was a coach instead. They're advertising themselves as a therapist and they're a coach. You know what was something crazy I saw today? And I don't know the rules. I'm not a therapist. What are you doing, sweetie? Just relax. I don't want her to launch herself off the bed. Okay, so I'm in a bunch of these girl boss Facebook groups, mostly because it's good for snooping. And I don't remember which one I was in, but somebody was asking, for those of you that make multiple six figures a year, what do you do for work? And someone commented, I'm a therapist. So outside of my therapy practice, I'm also a coach and retreat leader. How can you, I don't know, maybe there's something I just don't understand. I didn't think that you could be a coach and a therapist at the same time because of the like ethical boundaries you have to abide by as a therapist. I didn't know that you could do both because I've heard of therapists leaving the therapy industry to become coaches so that they can do things that they're not allowed to do in like a therapeutic practice. So I just found that really interesting that this woman was saying that she does both at the same time because I didn't think you were allowed to. Does anyone see MRR in the wild? What do you mean by that? Like, are there people actually using it or... I have yet to see anyone who bought the, like, whatever it was called, digital roadmap course actually build a digital product outside of just selling MRR. Like, just selling the digital roadmap course. Careful, my girl. Careful. I don't know who that is. Welcome, Christina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Best way to promote your course, if you have an online course, create content around... Okay, this dog is making me so nervous. You have to... I'm assuming if you have an online course, you already have a personal brand around a particular topic. And so if you want to get people to convert into your course, you just have to continue to make content that talks about the problem that your course solves. So for example, I have an online course that teaches people how to start and build a business in Canada. So I create a lot of content on TikTok around how to start and build a business in Canada so that people see me as an authority in that space. If there's someone who wants to start and build their own business, they're going to be like, oh, I'll check out Danielle's course, and then they'll buy it. So figure out what problem your course solves, and then you're making content and building an audience around the theme of that solution. I would be willing to subject myself to Hustlers University, rebranded as The Real World now. Interesting choice of name. If it was good content, I volunteer as tribute. We appreciate it. You and I will be in touch. Okay, you need to just relax. Just like go to sleep or something. I've just bought a budget microphone, hoping it sounds better. Amazing. What mic did you get? There's so many good options out there now that are affordable. That's why it always irritates me the most when these people are like $1 million earners, yet their audio quality is trash. Like, I don't expect a beginner YouTuber to have a setup like I do, but the beginner YouTubers also aren't portraying themselves as millionaires. If you're a millionaire, you absolutely can afford a $50 microphone on Amazon. Exactly. MRR coaches, but be in their personal growth year. So if you missed the stream I did on Monday, we listened to Stacey Bayman's podcast where she made less money last year. And so she rebranded it as a personal growth year instead of a revenue growth year because she didn't make as much money as she wanted. Whoa. Did she scare you, buddy? She's restless. Yeah, this is very true. You're assuming most coaches have ethical boundaries and stick to the boundaries of what they should call themselves. But I think like I meant more as like a therapist. If you're under a licensure, aren't there like boundaries you have to abide by in order to maintain your license? Like how can you be a therapist but then call yourself a coach? I feel like that's against the rules. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, reaction therapy is here to answer all of our questions. We were just talking about you. Were your ears ringing? You can be both a therapist and a coach, but they function differently. I do coaching with high-level athletes for peak performance and also parents for parenting skills. What you don't want are coaches that act like therapists because they think they can work with serious mental. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, like I didn't that makes sense. That's a good way to put it. Thank you for your insight. Let me know if you're interested in having a conversation about the difference between coaching and therapy. Oh my goodness. Because yeah, that's what we're seeing too much, I think, is these people like wanting to go deep, they call it, as coaches. And I'm like, you're not qualified to be doing that. It's like the video I did on shadow work where people say they're like trauma informed. That means they're able to help you work through your trauma. No. Trauma informed just means you know like how to not press people's buttons and trigger their trauma. It doesn't mean you're able to work through people's trauma with them. Danger zone. Awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Let's collab. Let's collab soon. Yo, you're getting so restless. Just go to sleep. Be like your brother. We might have to wrap it up here soon. One of us is getting restless. Are you thirsty? Do you want a drink? There we go. Have you heard of Enlifted Coaching by Mark England? I have not. Let me do a quick little Google here. Crush imposter syndrome and make more money. Is that the right guy? Discover the proven tools. Let me share my screen so we can all explore this together. Hold on, I'm just going to bring it over here. Oh, my goodness. Okay, maybe now? Yeah, cool. Okay, let's have a look, friends. Discover proven tools that help coaches make a big impact and make more money by defeating the negative voice inside your head. Crush your imposter syndrome, optimize your client results, and maximize your referrals. Separate yourself from your competition. Blah, 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 blah. It's your time to unlock your full potential. Okay, so first red flag is that it's a coaching program designed for coaches specifically. But definitely not making like as many absurd claims as I've seen elsewhere. Okay, so step 1 is apply, then you enroll in the certification, and then you graduate. How much does it cost? You guys know the drill. Let's say mindset coaching. Coaching for moms. Why are you interested in becoming? I want to make money. I don't know why it's in cap locks, but we are doing it. Feel better about myself and my services. It doesn't matter. This is probably just a throwaway form, okay? What results do you want to achieve for your clients or your team? Help moms feel more confident. How did you hear about us? Google. And then you can instantly sign up? Okay, so, class is full. Interesting. Let's see. So then it funnels you into this like one-time offer, which if I fill out the form again, I would be able to get access to this, just FYI. Interesting. Okay, so I don't really know. Let's see if there's anything on Google. What was the guy's name again? Mark England. So here you go. This is how I find out if something is a scam. I'm not really seeing anything. So I don't know. I don't know one way or the other. I'm always just wary of programs that are like guaranteeing outcomes as a coach. Like, oh, you're a coach struggling in your business? Buy my coaching program. But I'm also quite cynical. So, excuse me. Yeah, my hairdresser is the best non-licensed therapist. She loves listening to other people's problems. Honestly. Yeah, I know that wasn't very helpful, but I would do some more digging and see if you can find experience of people who've been in the program. If he has any like testimonials listed on his website, I would try and get in touch with those specific people that are in the testimonials. I know when Suzanne and I had our conversation, she had mentioned about how there was a coach who used her testimonial, and then someone reached out to her asking like, oh, what did you think of so-and-so's program? Should I join it? And she was like, no, like I actually didn't have a good time. I wouldn't recommend it, but they won't take down her testimonial. So it's working in their favor. Yeah, I was just kind of thinking that, like, let's see, we can keep going on this guy. I don't know. I just think, let's see. We're back. Okay. Mark England. Whoops. Oh, the dog is snoring. Like, what is his background? It says he's a TEDx speaker, but like anyone can be a TEDx speaker. Just FYI, if you didn't know that, TEDx is like it's not a real TED Talk. It's like anyone can host a TEDx event. Therefore, anyone can be a TEDx speaker. Has been researching, presenting, and coaching on the power of words and stories. Holds a master's degree in education. Okay, but what is his actual... Is this his website? No, this is somebody else's website. Oh, what's this? Oh, somebody became a member? Oh, I see. Are you celebrating 8 months? Love it. Thank you, Tom. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you as always. Also, we have a billionaire tier call scheduled next week. If you're free, check your email. I sent you an invite. Last month's was a good time. We just sit around and shoot the shit. So let me know if you can join us. Setting the standard for pro coaches, 400 plus coaches certified in the method. Okay, but what are your qualifications? He's the spark that created this whole thing. Mark's been coaching on the power of words. He's the head coach. Okay, where is his like origin story? All of these coaches love a good origin story. So where is it? Oh, amazing. Thank you so much, Julie. That's so kind. Oh, and Tom too. Tom gifted 5 memberships. Oh, okay. I see. Tom gifted memberships to Julie. I see. I get it. I get it. I get it. Julie, Eloise, Alexis, Amanda, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much, Tom. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the membership. Guys, I actually created a Bluetooth emoji last week. Bluetooth the dog. So there's a little corgo emoji if you're interested. Welcome, welcome. Oh, and I probably have a sound for that. Here we go.
Now you are one of us.
One of us. One of us.
Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, here we go. Will Enlifted help grow my coaching business and income? The Enlifted method will provide you with high-level coaching skills that will set you apart and make you a more effective coach. So it seems to me like this is just the same as every other coaching certification program out there, where they're basically telling you, join this, get certified, and you're going to have a successful business, which honestly, the reality is probably not likely. And someone who is like, I don't know if Suzanne's still here, but she can speak to this a little bit more. Most of the people who have success, financial success, significant financial success in coaching are the coaches that coach other coaches. Yes, you can make a living as a coach, but you're not going to be making, you know, multiple 6 figures or millions of dollars if you're just specifically working with coaching clients who aren't coaches. Okay, so there's nowhere on this website either that explains this guy's credentials or what his experience is, which to me is a red flag. Because if you're an expert that is like teaching people how to become a coach or how to do something, you should have some sort of qualification that qualifies you to be able to teach that, right? Am I nuts? It just seems weird to me that there's no like about section on this website. He's just using flashy marketing to make it seem like he's an expert. So I don't know. I would be wary if you're interested in this certification program. There's other options out there that are probably better than this one, but feel free to do with it as you will. Exactly. I mean, a decent income, but not 6 figures. Exactly. I mean, and that seems to be the theme with people that I've spoken with is like, you can build, you might be able to even make 6 figures as a coach, but you're not going to build $1 million business as a life coach. You're only going to build that $1 million business if you are a life coach that coaches other life coaches, because people all want to learn how to make the $1 million. What's your favorite Rags to Riches origin story? I actually don't know that I don't think I've covered this woman specifically. This is someone that kind of like came up in the ranks of coaching when I was becoming a coach. And she's around my age too. And she used to always lean on this story of, I was on food stamps and I had whatever, X amount of dollars in debt in my bank account. And now I'm whatever, a multiple 6-figure earner. And she essentially built her whole business by lying. Because again, I grew up with her in coaching, and it's just like, there's no way. She started the same time I did. She had no experience, and she outright just started making income claims, and that's what got her clients. And then she was able to like grow a business that way. And I don't really know if that's like the most outrageous one, but her story has always stuck in my head because I think even to this day, her Instagram bio still reads food stamps to 6 figures. That's like her claim to fame. And then another one too, who she's not even a coach anymore. She basically became like a viral influencer. And then she was recently on like a Netflix show. Same situation. Would talk about how she was homeless, how she grew up in foster care, and then became this like multiple six-figure earner by convincing people she was a multiple six-figure earner. And then leveraged her, she had a background in psychology, I think, leveraged that to build a TikTok following outside of coaching, and then became an influencer. So that was like a weird trajectory of someone that I've seen as well. So Nicole says, a friend of mine is in it and it felt like a cult. I joined one free class they did and focused on changing your language and thoughts. Felt like manipulation. Then at the end funneled. Yeah. Okay. That's all I needed to know. Sounds like very Tony Robbins-esque, where they get you into these events. They get you all pumped up, feeling good, feeling motivated, excited about what's to come, so that they can prime you to buy their whatever $5,000 offer and then just suck you into the cult. So that's all I needed to know. If someone isn't openly saying how they're qualified to be helping you, that's probably a red flag that they're not qualified. It amazes me, when I have coffee chats with other coaches, how many don't have clients at all or have never had paying clients, but their websites look incredible. Exactly. Or they speak to like, and this was something that I was told to do when I was a coach too, is like speak to the transformation that you think you can help someone achieve. So, you talk about all of these amazing outcomes that you can help someone achieve. Even if you've never actually helped someone do that, if you believe that you're capable of helping someone achieve it, market it as if you've done it already. Which is similar, I guess, to the idea of like, I have a six-figure business when I don't yet, because I believe that I'm capable of building a six-figure business. Very, very backwards to me. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much, Jess. Welcome. We're just kind of some more low-key, unorganized live. We're just hanging out. MLM coaching. I have a video about that. I have 2 videos, actually. Let me pull those up. Okay, so there's one that was from the 12 Days of Coachmas, which I will link here. And then I have a more like to the point one as well, I believe. Yeah, so this is like the deep dive that I did last August, and it's about a 40-minute long video, but worth a watch if you're interested in MLM coaching specifically. Yeah, food stamps to philanthropy. Food stamps to $5 million. I use a program called Ecamm, and I stream from Ecamm onto YouTube. So you link it to your YouTube channel. So it's not like StreamYard, or I used to use Restream. Those are both web-based. Ecamm is like a software that you install, kind of like OBS, into your computer, and then you use it to live stream to YouTube. Yeah, those people could certainly teach how to overcome imposter syndrome. The best way to overcome imposter syndrome is to gaslight yourself enough to believe that whatever you say is true, and then convince other people that it's true too. Now, all of you watching this video owe me $10,000 because I decided that's how much my advice is worth. Exactly. These people are more likely to give you imposter syndrome once they set you up to fail. Do you have any tips for YouTubers wanting to get monetized and make over $500 a month fast within like 12 months? First of all, lower your expectations. I was trying to have this conversation with a friend of mine who's on YouTube who is working to get monetization. She just passed 1,000 subs and she's getting close to the watch time hours. And she's saying to me like, oh, I'm really just looking forward to making an extra, $200 to $300 a month. And I was like, girl, you need to pump the brakes. Unless you're getting a lot of views on your videos, you're not going to be making $200 to $300 a month. The only reason I make good money from YouTube right now is because of that video that you found me on that has almost 1 million views. I make the majority of my income every month from, like, the majority of my YouTube income every month still comes from that one video. So if you want to make $500 a month, you're going to need to be either making a lot of content or have a video that goes viral. And anyone, I mean, there's lots of great channels out there that will teach you how to craft a good video. I would recommend checking out vidIQ, Think Media. April Lynn Alter is a really good YouTuber as well. And they focus more on like growth on YouTube. But ultimately, at the end of the day, a lot of it comes down to luck. It comes down with having like the right combo of a good title, a good thumbnail that hits the algorithm and goes off. So there's no like secret formula that's going to allow you to consistently make that money other than consistently creating good content, always looking to improve your videos. Each video you put out should be in some way slightly better than the last. And then cross your fingers and hope for the best, because ultimately at the end of the day, a lot of it comes down to luck, unfortunately. What's the opposite of imposter syndrome? Because a lot of the people have that, promise the world and no follow through. I was saying yesterday on Threads that I am working on adopting the confidence of a middle-aged white man, because that's the opposite of imposter syndrome in my eyes. Of course, happy to help. Yeah, YouTube growth is slow, and I think that sometimes people have like I don't want to say unrealistic, but it is kind of unrealistic. Unrealistic expectations. So I was actually the opposite. When I got monetized on YouTube, I thought I would make like 50 cents in a month. I didn't think that there was the potential to make that much money. But through talking to other people, I realized that a lot of people think the opposite. So like, I'll look right now. I make around like $1,000 a month from AdSense. And my views per month are, I think, around like 100,000. It also depends on a lot of factors. So I get about 100,000 views a month, and I make about $1,000 in AdSense. Depending on what niche your channel is in, that's going to impact what your RPM is, what your CPM is, how much money you're actually making from advertisers. Some niches pay very little, like the reaction niche. I know you don't get paid very much, so even if you're getting 100,000 views, your revenue might not be as high as mine because you're not making as much money. So yours is like in English. I don't know what kind of ads there would be in that niche, but it really depends. There's so many factors that go into how much money you make that I think people underestimate, or either overestimate how much money they're going to make or underestimate. That didn't really make any sense, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, Reaction Therapy gifted 5 memberships. So thank you to Tom, and I hope you enjoy the emojis. Exactly. That video is real passive income. We want to talk about how to make passive income. Have a video go viral. That's the secret. Hi, little girl. What are you doing? I don't want you to pee on the bed. I don't want you to pee on the bed. So I'm just going to hold you, and then we'll go outside and we'll go take a pee-pee. Okay. Yeah, this is another conversation that I had on Threads recently that people were getting upset with me about, is how I was saying, like, I don't believe that digital products are true passive income. I have a digital product that I've made like a decent amount of money from, but I didn't make it passively, because the only time I do really well in terms of making a lot of money from that product is when I'm actively making TikToks that funnel people into that product. So like, if you're constantly having to make videos promoting your passive income product, I'm sorry, but that's not passive income. YouTube videos are passive income because you make the video once, you leave it, you never have to touch it again, and you just start making money. Like that video that I had that went viral, the one that I was just talking about where I make the majority of my money from, it didn't take off until a month after I posted it. And then it started gaining traction, and then it continued to gain traction. So it's just interesting. That's true passive income for sure. I noticed a lot of videos comparing MLMs to cults, also coaching coaches to MLMs. Are there any coaching lineages that are giving similar cult vibes? Oh, if you have missed it, I actually have a 3-part video series that talks about the similarities between coaching, cults, and MLMs. In video 1, I talk about just like general similarities. In video 2, I talk about the role of the leader in creating those similarities. And then in video 3, I talk about how they use manufactured credibility in order to do that. So I will link video 1 in the comments for you guys to check out. And then video 1 links to video 2, links to video 3. So you figure it out. Okay, sorry, I'm so far behind. I didn't find you on that video. Oh, that's fun. Claire, what was your first video that you saw on my channel? Oh my god, okay, this dog will not stop moving. Can you just relax, sweetie? Can you just relax? Okay, we're gonna wrap things up here soon because this dog is getting restless. The opposite of imposter syndrome is being an imposter. Unconscious incompetence. So you don't aware of you're not aware of how incompetent you are. Is that the idea? That's hilarious. Shameless arrogance. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So this comment says YouTube growth is also dependent on timing. For example, uploading when a lot of larger channels upload will mean you get less views. Although this can work in your favor. Like I was able to get my channel monetized because around this time last year was when Jessie Lee Ward took her team to Colombia, and that whole like Colombia trip fiasco happened, if you're familiar with the MLM space. And so while I don't make MLM content, she also used to label herself as a business coach. So I tied that into my business coaching content, jumped on that trend that a lot of larger scale creators were talking about at that time, large creators in the MLM space. And that was actually, that allowed me to grow an audience based on like jumping on what larger creators were talking about. So that's one way to do it too, is look at like what's trending in your niche, what other creators are talking about, and see if there's a way for you to like jump on the bandwagon. Yeah, for sure. I'd love to hear your feedback on those if you give them a watch. They're quite short too. I think each of them is like less than 10 minutes or around the 10-minute mark. So which one? Which life coach? I feel like I have so many conversations that I forget. Did I do an interview with a life coach? More details. Give me more details. I would be interested in chatting with more people who are actively coaching, though. That is for sure. Hi, little girl. Why are we so restless? Why are we so crazy? Why are we so cute? So freaking cute. Look at you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. And Bubba's just like passed out. Okay. I'm probably going to wrap things up here in the next few minutos. Just because someone needs to go outside. And, okay, can we just chill, dog? What do you think? Can you relax? It's also lunchtime for one of us. Maybe two of us. Okay. I'm not seeing, I don't know, Harrison, if you're still here. I don't see another comment. So I might just wrap it up here. Call it a day. You had mentioned she was going to come do a live stream with you. Oh, I actually forgot about that. I should message her. Yeah, so there's a woman in Calgary, Alberta, who messaged me. Okay, you're driving me a little bit crazy, dude. Go up. A woman from Calgary who is a coach that offered to come on my YouTube channel. We had a little bit of a scheduling conflict, so she didn't make it. But I should follow up with her because I think that would be an interesting opportunity too. Because she wanted to come and chat about ethical boundaries and that kind of thing. So maybe I'll set that up. Thank you for the reminder. I'll make a little note to myself. And then, yeah, maybe Tom and I can set up a stream where we talk about coaching versus therapy. So many great ideas. This was really helpful for me. So thank you, everyone, so much for your insight and your info and for entertaining me on this Saturday afternoon. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, night, weekend, whenever you're watching this. Take care, comb your hair, and I'll see you on Monday for our regular old live stream, okay? Okay. Thanks. Bye.